Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a longish term review of the Aerogogo Gigapump 4.0. Now I was sent this well over a year ago to review on the channel, but I've never got around to reviewing it, despite the fact that every single camp I've been on since, and even days out where I've used air mats and stuff, I've taken this little pump with me. So I've used it for over a year now, used it on loads of different wild camps and campsite camps, whether it's just me or me and my daughter, and it has never let me down, excuse the air pump pun, but I thought I would finally get around to doing a little review of it and give you some details and basic specs and stuff. So like most air pumps, it is pretty straightforward. It is small, it is light, weighs 100 grams, and it does come with a range of different fittings, which I have used successfully on my different sleep mats. So I've got a Unigear sleep mat with me tonight, and I've used it a lot on my Nemo sleep mat, and it just inflates them all absolutely fine. So there's plenty of different nozzles that would be expected to use on the different sleep mats that you might have. Now I tend to use the same one on my recent sleep mats, if I remember which one it is, and really easy to attach. You just simply clip it to the pump end, and unlike some which have like a side nozzle, this has just got a straightforward adapt one, so it takes up less space in your bag and is much easier to sort of fit and take off and much more reliable. What it also can do is you can simply switch that for the other end, and now it will deflate your sleep mats as well. In terms of blow-in power, I'll put up the stats on the screen now in terms of the litre per minute and all that kind of stuff, but it has got a couple of different settings, so you can just toggle that and change the power to two different settings. So I never use it on the lower setting, let's use it on the higher setting, and it's inflated any of my mats really well to an excellent firmness. I've never needed to blow into any sleep mats afterwards to add any extra firmness. This has always done 100% of the job for me. I've never had it run out of battery yet. It is rechargeable, and it's just a USB-C, and you'll notice it's got the little water resistant clips on it as well. So I think it is, looking on the pack, it is IPX4 rated for water resistance, which is pretty solid. And yeah, I've not had it in any particularly wet conditions, just the normal sort of wet you get in South Wales and rain and stuff. And the other thing as well, like a lot of modern ones, it also has a lamp, and that is adjustable to 3 different settings. Now, first world problem, I would say the lowest setting is not quite low enough for night photography. So you know those shots when you've got your tent lit up by the lamp and you're doing like a 15-second exposure. I find it slightly too bright for that, so I normally stick a little sock over it just to lower it a bit so it doesn't overexpose the tent on those night photos. Not a massive issue, but if I had the choice, I would have one where you can just hold to dim it, and dim it really down to as low as you want to. Sadly, this one doesn't do that. It just has the 3 settings. Now, I'll be honest, I've never really looked into flow rates of air pumps and stuff. I've never obsessed over that. So I just go by, does it inflate my sleep mat reasonably quickly? Yeah, it does. So I'll show you this now. This is a Unigear Camp the P3 regular wide sleep mat. So it is a very big and quite bulky sleep mat. Very comfy though. So we'll just see how long it takes to inflate it to as firm as it can get. So there, I'll put a timer up on screen, but it didn't take very long. And this is, like I said, quite a substantial sleep mat. And for me, that's perfectly inflated. I don't want the sleep mat to be too firm. I want to have some give when I lie in it. But you can see this is a very wide, very long, generous sleep mat, and pumps up absolutely no problem. And I haven't charged it for a couple of camps now, so it's done a couple of camps of inflating. The last 2 camps I've inflated over 3 sleep mats, because I had my daughter with me at one point as well. So yeah, absolutely 0 issues so far. Despite the fact it can deflate sleep mats as well, inflate them, it's never let me down. So as I said, I was sent the Gigapump 4.0 for free from Aerogogo, so a big thanks to them to sending this out. I'm not being sent much stuff recently because A, the channel's not doing particularly well, and B, I've been so slack reviewing the things I have been sent, so I normally try and get things reviewed pretty quickly, but in a strange way, this has taken me well over a year, but at least it means I've used the pump for over a year. I've used it on every single camp, so not only do I really like the form and function, for me, over the course of the year, it has been reliable. Obviously, your mileage may vary. It is currently priced at about £34 on Amazon. Now, I will be completely honest, I don't know a huge amount about air inflators at the moment, so I don't know if that's a good price or not. But certainly, it's a really cool bit of kit. Now, I always thought I would never use this kind of thing. I always thought I'd just use the air sacks that came with the air mats I had, because they were very quiet, easy. They don't weigh anything, they go in with a bag. But when I realised I was actually carrying a lamp for my tents that was the same weight as an air pump, I could just get an air pump that was actually smaller than my existing lamp, just as good a lamp. It's got a really neat little hanging point in which you can unclip to get onto thick swans and stuff. I just figured, yeah, it actually makes a huge amount of sense to carry something that is a lamp and a pump, and I don't miss inflating mats by hand at all. I find the convenience just really, really helpful on any kind of local camps and stuff, and longer camps. And if I've got my daughter with me, to inflate 2 sleeping mats with this just saves a load of time and hassle. It's really, really good. So I have been sent a different one from Axel prior to this, but it had the nozzle on the side, which I didn't particularly like. So the Aerogogo has been my first choice ever since, and yeah, it's been 100% reliable, functions really well, no issues with it whatsoever. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, highly recommend a little bit of kit, and apologies to Aerogogo for not reviewing it for like well over a year, but at least I've been out in the field quite literally at the moment and giving it a real proper test. So I'm going to now leave you to it. I'm going to go and get the rest of the bivvy set up for a little night of local camping, and hopefully another nice night on my nicely inflated sleep mat. So I'm going to keep this piece of kit because I really love it. So if there's anything I've not covered or anything you want to query or question about it, just drop me a comment below the video, because like I said, I'm keeping this kit. I've still got the original box and stuff, all the details of what comes with it. So any questions that I've not answered in the video, I'll definitely get back to you. Anyway, a huge thanks for watching, made it this far. Hopefully this has been of use if you have been looking at this air pump. And yeah, really nice bit of kit. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff and you want to catch up with the bivvy camp behind me, then do subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.